If your fly casting loops just don't look like you want, here is one of the most common errors that are people making that take that loop, get it out of sync with the top and the bottom portions, and make it almost impossible for you to make narrow, efficient, accurate, long traveling loops. I'm Chris Myers of Orlando Fly Casting Lessons. I've been teaching fly casting here in the Orlando area for over 15 years and doing fishing charters for over 20. And I see a common error over and over and over with my casting students, and they struggle with waving this line back and forth, and it kind of goes out when it's calm, and as soon as the wind blows, it all falls apart. And that is their fly casting loops are out of plane. So instead of the loop being here above the rod tip, and no matter where I point that, whether I tip it out to the side, tip it 3/4, the rod tips, the loop goes with it. They have the line coming out of the tip, and the other part of the loop is usually down here below instead of above, and it swings out and around towards where the camera is. If that seems to be happening to you, the very first thing I want you to do is look at your reel while you are casting. And it's easy to see by watching your reel if throughout that stroke you're seeing one side of the reel. So now I'm looking at my handle, now I'm looking at the drag, now I'm looking at the handle, and if we put that together, this is going to cause this line to go on the other side of where the camera is. Twist, twist, twist. Once I get to here, the only natural way as I go back and forth to be 100% natural and extremely tempting to put your hand back in here. If I could keep it back here and cast this way, I find it very awkward. I can make some okay looking loops. It's kind of weird and awkward to cast that way. You're going to want to twist your hand back around to where we all start, right here in the handshake position. Here's what I'm doing that helps this work better for me. As I lift this line off the water, you will see me rotate this rod. And I had a recent viewer that sent in a question. He goes, I think you're twisting your reel as you go through the stroke. What exactly are you doing? So I appreciate your question. If you got any questions about casting, feel free to send them to me. Leave a comment in the video. It gives me new video ideas. If you want to know exactly what I was doing here, and I am twisting it before I start making the cast. So as I'm lifting this line off the water, I'm rotating this because now if I need to, I have a huge range of motion here. If I just lift it up from the handshake position, I get to here, and this is as far as I can go. I am stuck. You are stuck. Everybody is stuck right here. Unless you're going to reach up and back over your head, you cannot reach back any farther in this position. You get out here, now you can reach back farther. And if you put your casting foot back, well, you can reach super far back, just like throwing a ball. So no matter what your grip is, whether you have your thumb on top, your finger on top, key grip, no fingers on top, the easiest way to identify this issue is to look at your reel. I'm looking at my drag knob. As I rotate, I'm looking at my drag knob. My handle is kind of pointing towards the ground because I have mine tilted out at 45 degrees or maybe a little higher, but there is no rotation at all. As soon as I rotate this, now it's flopping. Now I'm looking at thumb. Now I'm looking at fingernails. Thumbnail, fingernails. Back of my reel, side of my reel. This is flopping it back and forth. Your loops are never going to be in the same plane. They're never going to be nearly as effective. And there's a good chance you twist up your line like this by doing that. Rotate as you're lifting. Here's my track. Straight line track I'm always talking about. You got to get in that track if you want tight loops. You get in the track out there, and I'm going to do my rotation, get into my comfort position as I get into that track. Then I'm here, frozen. So even for a short cast, here's a little tiny short cast, 100% wrist for you trout guys. This, whether I'm 100% wrist or I have a big, long cast in between, the rotation comes at the beginning. I get to the end of my track, then I can rotate back over for the follow through Try that. Look at your own cast. See if that's happening to you. If it is, your loops are never going to be quite like you want. Get rid of that twist during the cast. You'll have much better loops. If you need help with your cast, you can always contact me for a one-on-one professional fly casting evaluation. Or come see me if you're going to visit the Orlando area for a one-on-one fly casting tune-up.